Been a while, Zach. How have things been going for you, Mr. Potato Head?
Mister! That's Dr. Potato Head to you, Imhotep.
Oof, my mistake.
Things have been going alright for me. In my spare time, I've been doing some neurological studies. Remember, I'm a former psychiatrist, so that means I have to refresh my memory every once in a while.
Understandable.
And how have you been keeping yourself busy?
King took your shirt and has been teaching me more advanced magics over the past 8 months. And it's safe to say that I've become much more powerful. You could even compare me to Jack in terms of power levels.
Impressive. Most impressive. I've seen Jack fight before, so that serves as a good example.
Salutations, poets! Lord Claudius! I was wondering when you'd get here. Usually you're the first to these poetry-related events.
I was doing some deep thinking in my thinking tree. I hope I'm not too late.
Far from it. I think we're all here just in time.
Okay, good. I take it everyone has their poems ready?
Yes, sir.
Mine's in my coat. I'll go get it.
Nonsense, let me get it for you.
Oh. Thanks. You crinkled it!
No, you crinkled it by grabbing it hastily. Anyway, I have a feeling Dan can sense that we're all here, so he's probably going to be calling for us any minute.
Okay, everyone. Before we share our poems, there's something I'd like to show you all downstairs. Follow me. To the lair! I'd like to introduce you all to my religion.
Religion? I thought you were agnostic.
No, I'm fairly certain he told us he was a deist.
The latter is correct, but this is my true reason for living.
Even when wielding the Infinity Glove, he still bows to someone. Wait, are we supposed to kneel too? This feels kind of weird.
Call me a simp and I'll disintegrate you.
Relax, no one was going to call you that, Dan. And besides, that is a very lovely poster you have above your artifacts shrine. I think it goes well with the rest of your posters.
I like it. Thanks. Though my shrine is not just limited to this room. Ah, of course. Who can forget your numerous tributes to Monika and...
Wait, is that an elder sign?
Yep. The star-shaped elder signs are actually better for warding off the old ones than the branch-shaped signs. Those are better for the servitor races. Oh yeah, that's right. Takunja has told me that there were different variations of the sign, and what they do. And is that a new ring I see on your finger? Yes, it is. I have it specially made so that it contains a secret message on the inside. See for yourself. Just Monika. Of course he'd have it say that! That's awesome. That is lit. Lit is in literature. Okay, everyone. Let's get this show on the road. Poem review. Shall we go in our usual order?
Like you even need to ask, my tallest. Why fix what already works? My poem is called Rebirth.
Why does he always do that?
It's a new day in the world. A day for peace. A day for reflection. A day for happiness. And what gifts can one find from those things? But it is not just a new day in the world feels new itself. Perspective is a powerful tool, and it can make any day feel either the same or different. But that doesn't matter today, because today is just another day passing by, and I will make of it what I will, whether it be good or bad.
Alright, we're off to a good start.
I really like the feeling of indifference you conveyed in this poem, Imhotep. It gives off the impression that whatever happens on any passing day is merely the passing of time and nothing else, unless you give it purpose and reason.
Forsooth. And is it just me? Or does this poem give off post-coronavirus vibes?
Actually, I did take some influence from the pandemic. I wanted to reference how some people have spent their time better than others during that period of plague.
Jeez, it feels like it's been so long since that happened. But it's only been a year and a half.
Remember when people panicked and bought copious amounts of toilet paper?
Yeah, those were the days. Anyway, very nice job on your poem, Imhotep. Perspective is indeed a powerful tool, and yours is no exception.
Thank you, my tallest.
Next poem.
I guess I'm up next. My poem is called False Paradise. The gift of power is often a misused one. In the wrong hands it can cause disaster to many. In the right hands it can cause harmony to many. But the idea of power itself is already a danger, for everyone seeks it in some way, shape, or form. Everyone likes to control something, no matter how large or minuscule it may be. And if you have too much power, you create a false world for yourself, a false paradise to cloud you from the harsh realities outside of you. If you can wake up from your dome of unshared peace, then you can use your power to help others out. And in the end, the person who is truly the most powerful is the one who is willing to share it with those who needed it more.
Excellent work, Claudius.
Thank you. Yes, I can see that you've made a poem that takes jabs against tyrants and dictators.
And it's a very important message to convey here. The notion of power can turn even the purest man into a villain if he slips into madness. Too much power can be dangerous. Isn't that right, Emperor Daniel?
Yes, I know that all too well. If I may ask, though, Claudius, was there any direct inspiration behind the themes of your poem?
Well, I was mainly thinking about the corrupt officials of this world's governments, as well as my royal family back on Nvidia.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot you were the son of King Tiberius. Though if that's the case, then why are you a lord instead of a prince?
Well, I was a prince until I decided to abandon my royal duties and discover the universe on my own. Believe me, Nvidia was kind of boring.
Anyway, going back to your poem's themes, I really do like this one. And I feel like as an emperor, I should keep this poem's message in mind too.
It would be an honor if you did. Though, I think you've already figured out how to balance your own political power while staying comfortable here.
In a way, I kinda have. The Monarchan Empire may be a huge place, but no matter how you look at it, this backwater planet we call Earth is my home. Though even I have to sometimes force myself to feel comfortable in order to fit in.
Well, if you're forcing yourself, is it really comfortable at all?
Good point. Alright. Next poem.
I call this one Begotten. Life is a long journey, full of twists and turns. Some good, some bad, others in between. But it is not always a lone journey. It is in fact a journey we see happen all around us. Each one of us is merely a part of someone else's journey. But when we are begotten into this world, We never know when our journey will end. It might end sooner than you think, so savor your time in this world before it lays a cruel hand upon you.
I really like your poem, Zachary. It seems you've included a touch of nihilism in it. Kinda reminds me of something Dan would do. What kind of smoldering intensity is that?
Well, you wouldn't entirely be wrong, Claudius, but it's nihilism with a glimpse of hope. Unless you're immortal, your time in this world does have a number. I'm not saying you should constantly be counting it down, but I made this poem in hopes that those who read it would be mindful of their existence and take time to reflect on themselves.
And that actually is a good message to have. Life can be unforgiving and cruel. Ask me how I know that. But it is good to savor what good things you have in it.
I concur. Focusing only on the things that suck would just make everything worse.
Yes, and one last thing I feel like mentioning about this. I know this may seem a little improper to one of you, but I also made this with a certain friend turned enemy in mind. Zolestein.
Oh, that's right. You guys used to be friends a long time ago. I hope it doesn't feel too awkward knowing that you're in the same room with the man who caused his death.
Oh, don't worry. It doesn't feel too weird. I just hope that in his final moments he took the time to reflect on his life and contemplated everything he did and perhaps reflected on what made it worth living to him. And that maybe that clarity would have made him regret his villainous actions. It really is a shame, though. With a mind like his, he could have been one of us. He could have been on our side, but he chose a different path.
It's all in the past, Zachary. Zolestein fulfilled his purpose, and now he's gone.
Yeah. This got dark and depressing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna sit back down now.
My turn. Liberation. We live in a society where choice is a privilege. Freedom is spoken of as an unalienable right, yet free will is really just an illusion. When only those who have power are the ones who distribute freedom, it's no longer a right. It's not even a constant. It's only dumb luck if you truly have it. That is why, under the right vision, this system error can be corrected and allow for a free world, a world of infinite choices. And only the greatest power in the universe can make sure that such a possible change won't cause everything to glitch apart.
Yet another intriguing piece to add to your poetic portfolio, my tallest. I don't mean to compare, but the theme of it kind of reminds me of the theme of my poem, in that it involves people with power and what they do with it.
Thanks. And it's okay to compare. I mean, that's why we're here, is it not? We compare and contrast our poems here.
Right, sorry.
But yes, I do see why you think my poem and your poem sound similar in terms of themes and message.
If I may ask, does this poem represent how you felt when you first took the throne as emperor?
Actually, no. When I first became emperor, I was admittedly very power-hungry and failure intolerant. The latter of which I might still be. But you might also recall how I brutally handled the Wolof uprising in 2013 and 14. No, the feeling conveyed in this poem is a more recent mindset of mine. In fact, it's something I started to feel once I first got all of the Infinity Stones all together on my hand. After I completed the Infinity Gauntlet, I became more self-aware, and this mindset is something I've been putting a lot of thought into for the past few years.
Curious, what did you mean by when you said that free will is just an illusion?
Well, I put that in there because it seems that society dictates everything
everyone has to do. It's as if the freedom to choose your destiny is merely an elusive dream, if there are so many other things that get in your way of making that dream come true. Preaching to the choir on that one.
Yeah, it is a bit preachy, but like I've said in the past, my poems mainly do reflect my own personal beliefs.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. And that's perfectly fine. Writing to oneself, and writing from oneself, is what makes a good poem feel more impactful when you get to see how the inner workings of one's mind works. And that's why I think you've made another exceptional piece.
Thank you, Claudius. And yeah, that's the name of the game.
Huh. And here I thought the name of the game was Doki Doki Literature Club.
That it is. You know, whenever we have these meetings of ours, I really do feel like Monika. It's like I have my own little literature club here with you guys. We all have our own parts to play, and I quite enjoy playing my part.
Wait, so would that make me, Yuri, and Imhotep and Natsuki?
What gives you that impression?
Well, answer me this question honestly. Are you a tsundere?
No! You sussy baka!
Wow, that was cringe.
You're cringe! Okay, that's enough of that.
Wait! Would our casting of characters make Zack Sayori?
Only by process of elimination. I mean, despite her being my favorite character from DDLC, I am nothing like her.
Very true. And then there's Dan, who's just like Monika.
Well, personality-wise, I'm more like a mixture between Yuri and Monika, but also just Monika.
Why are you staring at that door? I mean, it's a nice-looking door, especially with that poster on it.
Never mind.
Anyway, I think that concludes our club meeting for today. Thank you all for coming here and sharing your poems. I really enjoyed them. Anytime, my tallest.
If it helps to fill the void, we're happy to serve.
Now, go, my friends, and be as awesome as physically possible.
Of course, the sum of all is our prize for our hard work.
I'm surprised that you didn't write another poem about Monika this time.
Well, I did leave some subtle references to her in there if you read it again.
I guess I see what you mean now that I recall.
And besides, as engaging as poetry is, with it exercising the mind and all, I do feel like drawing is a better way for me to truly show my gratitude and appreciation for my supreme waifu.
May I see your most recent work? I'm kind of curious, actually, as to what kind of art you made ever since DDLC Plus came out.
I thought you'd never ask. You know what? Today was a great day. I'm glad I could write another story of friendship in literature.